What's going on, Tiger family? I am Travis Ducksworth, a junior nursing major from Chicago, Illinois, and I welcome you sincerely to the Big Blue Energy Podcast. I'm here with our co-host, our special guest to the left of us.
Yes, sir. I appreciate being here. I'm Aaron McGee. It's a lot to say. We're going to get into it, but thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Co-host, how you guys feeling?
Man, we feeling good over here.
Yeah.
Chilling, vibing. Let's do it.
Terry's
Blessed
good.
to be here, sir.
Terry's good and Dwight is blessed. The energy's flowing. We feeling good, man.
Yeah.
It's homecoming week.
Yes, it is.
It's time to get geek.
I was about to
Yes, it
say.
is.
Get geek, man. We got a lot going on next week. From the New D performance, the Gospel Explosion. Sadly, no concert this year, of course. Still the Step Show on Friday and the Parade on Saturday, and a handful, so many more events going on throughout the week. That's all right, though. We're going to make to everything that we can. What you guys most excited for?
Man, you already know I'm excited for this gospel concert. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, man. It's gonna be one for the books.
Understood. It seems that you are excited.
Very.
Very, to say the least.
Yeah, very excited. We've been working hard. We've been putting in the work every day in rehearsal. And every single rehearsal, the Spirit just continues to meet us there. And I know it's gonna meet us there on the day of the event. So bring everybody, pack it out. Let's go.
Absolutely. I'm just curious, Terry, what is it like balancing something that's so rigorous, while being a student? How do you, prioritize, make time for all that?
Honestly, I think prayer is the key to everything. If you want to do what you want to do, you got to start off with prayer. You got to talk to God about it. I feel like, oftentimes we get so caught up in what we want to do, but we forget who to talk to first, because He guides what we do. He guides our steps, and your gift will make room for you. That's what He said, and honestly, singing is my gift. And if I want to do what my gift, is asking me and what God is asking me to do, He's going to make room for it to happen, and so I have to trust His process. Sacrifice was a big thing, yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Big emphasis on prayer. You got to speak it before you can live it.
That's true.
Understood.
That's true.
And, we here in a new platform, new presence on campus. The Big Blue Energy Podcast created the visionary behind it, of course, Aaron McGee, over in the graduate school, currently the graduate class president. I'm just curious, Aaron, when you were creating the Big Blue Energy Podcast, what was the intention behind it? What was the goal?
Man, honestly, the goal for this platform was really rooted in like innovation. It's rooted in entrepreneurship and it's rooted in leadership. I remember before I got into the graduate program, I'm working on my doctorate right now in educational leadership, higher education. And my background is in youth development and college and career readiness. So I've worked with young adults, emerging adults for the majority of my career. And I'm very passionate about leadership. I got on the big leadership energy hat. It's a thing, let's act like the people know it is a thing. You know what I mean? And so, the Big Blue Energy Podcast, man, is really this opportunity to give this notion of student leaders. If you're a student leader, then that means that you have a voice that is designed to be amplified. And we need platforms to amplify our voices. So I'm really proud to be here. I'm watching you host the Big Blue Energy Podcast. And I'm like, man, this is actually what it's all about. And I believe in student voices, and we attend an HBCU, in historically black college and university. So I also believe in black media voices as well. And that's something that HBCUs produce the most. HBCUs produce the most black media voices in this country. And so I think that we have to have more media platforms at HBCUs to train up the next generation of leaders on how to communicate effectively on media platforms. Because guess what? Yeah. Content is king. And this is content right here.
Absolutely. Times are changing. But I feel like the recipe is still the same at all times. Again, the whole reason why we're here, we can't do it alone. We have to amplify each other's voices, lift up your community. So, Dwight, I'm curious for you, how much do you value collaboration, and what does it mean to you?
That's a great question, Travis. Man, you actually made me smile. That's a real thing for me personally because, man, just to answer your question first, collaboration over competition always. I always tell my friends collaborating over competition because we can glean and learn from each other each and every day instead of watching one another grow. And then we wonder where, the time goes and where we can collaborate with other people. But hey, man, we never want to miss an opportunity. So it's always good to fellowship and brotherhood with people like you guys and, glean from one another because the Bible also says, what? Iron sharpens iron.
Yes, sir.
So, hey, why not collaborate with the guys that surround you? I mean, I wouldn't have the name I had today if it wasn't for my dad. So I knew then, hey, you need other people in your life to help you grow in a way that you should go. So.
Absolutely, man. It was spoken for you. It was spoken for all of us. And you brought up a really, really, really current issue that I see nowadays. And that's valuing competition over collaboration.
Absolutely.
I was reading this article the other day, and it said that Tuskegee is now, congratulations, by the way, but Tuskegee is now the only HBCU with an aviation program in its state. I think maybe even nationally, Tuskegee is the only. I kept getting stuck on that word only, because why is it the only? You know what I'm saying? If they're able to do it, what are they doing so different that other quote-unquote HBCUs aren't? And I was just kind of reading the message behind the article, and it did, there's separation there. And I just feel like as a community, as college students, but specifically HBCU students, we kind of need to be on that same accord. We need to start collaborating a little bit more,
Definitely.
Congratulating, appreciating and cheering each other on no matter what capacity that you are serving in. Because, I know 9 times out of 10, we're all looking for the same things, and that's growth. That's success in whatever capacity. And, there's so many different things that come from collaboration, and I feel like the benefits are always, always, always going to outweigh, the negatives in terms of just working with other people. It's so much easier to make friends.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, when you collaborate, you bounce ideas off of each other, You never know. You could be helping somebody else that you're working with. You may be answering somebody else's prayer. Or you may be answering what someone's been looking for. You may have that answer. So collaboration is key, I feel like, That's how we grow together. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I believe that Big Blue Energy, it specializes in a collaboration, man. We got a group of guys that I've never met you, Terry. Right. I have a lot of positive interactions with Travis, but not often as we should. But
yeah,
hey, man, this is what collaboration looks like live in the flesh in 4K, and these are the fruits behind it. So I definitely think that we're gonna run a successful campaign with Big Blue Energy, and y'all here to see it firsthand.
I love that, and so what I would add to that notion is that all of you all are actually like right on par with this idea around collaboration, because Big Blue Energy also here's the unique, like, if you really want to know like the nuts and bolts. And so since this is like the initiative conversation, then I think it's worth like sharing some initiative information. Yeah. And so Big Blue Energy is also was birthed out of my graduate process. I had the opportunity to become a University Innovative Fellow for Stanford. Myself and Krishanda O'Quinn, who last year served as the SGA Vice President, and this year serving as Tennessee State University's SGA Executive Vice President. So Krishanda and I were research partners because she also was a Stanford University Innovative Fellow. And so we surveyed this campus. We surveyed the innovative community, the entrepreneur community as well. And we found out that this HBCU campus is like rich. The entrepreneur ecosystem on this campus is significant. And so our work with Stanford was really rooted in design thinking. And design thinking is really all about collaboration, and it is about designing the future together. I think like that's really what it's about. So I'm putting that little bug in there because design thinking is a framework. And what I realized, I'm gonna kind of get in my, university fellows bag. I just really, the significance of you all actually being on this platform for me, man, is y'all embracing like a framework that will actually move you forward in this world. And it's like, while you come to college really, or you come to the university to become a global citizen. And if you want to be a global citizen, you got to start using global citizen practices.
Gratitude.
Exactly. And so that's all it is. So yes, it's collaboration, but also I think it's important to know that y'all collaborating, but also know that collaboration has a value proposition associated to it if you can connect it with the framework. Man, and that framework is design thinking. And people are out there making multi-millions of dollars by implementing design thinking, or even just knowing what it is.
Thank you.
So, and that's what y'all have the opportunity. So as a nursing major, an engineering major, and a communication major, design thinking is a framework that can overlay over multiple disciplines as well.
1,000%.
So I'm just, that's it. Y'all collaborating and
Yeah.
designing.
We are. And
Yes, sir.
You have mentioned moving us forward, placing us in a position, us being the three individuals over here. But, I think that we're all kind of in agreement on this is an opportunity to move our communities forward. I'm very big on leaving a room cleaner than how you entered it. And if we came to college, graduate with our degrees, and we made a difference in any capacity, in all 4 of your years, you could have made one person's day better. You know what I'm saying? That's a servant mindset. That's the Lord's work.
Each one reach one.
Every day.
Each one reach one. Each one teach one. I actually ran a campaign based off those strategies and those objectives. It was called the BMF, bringing more forward to ensure that no one gets left behind. Through.
Remember that.
Yeah, man. So that platform was strictly behind the objectives to reach out and grab those people that may have been purged, that may have been, amongst a lot of people that have been facing financial stability issues. So, man, look, it's all about giving back to our community. It's all about spreading a global mindset so people can move forward in the right direction. And what we doing in Big Blue Leadership, man, look, it's gonna be big, and we're gonna need you all as well. So,
absolutely, man, that is a great point.
yeah,
Of course, the main focus of the podcast is to uplift the student voice, uplift the Tiger voice, and give us a space to where we can be open, honest, and vulnerable, but above all, responsible with our voices.
absolutely.
But the other component to this initiative is fundraising. And truth be told, that's really the heaviest component of all of this, because in real time, it looks fun. We're doing a podcast. We'll be doing a lot of promotion around campus, but the value in it is that students are able to stay in school.
That's good.
There is a link where people are able to donate, and those funds can and will be given directly to students who are in need. TSU has been through a lot over the past few years, over the course of its entire history, but we're at another one of those slopes in the cycle, I would say. And just in terms of, we're aware that we have been underfunded by the state. For those of you who don't know, the federal government provides funds to the states, and there was an agreement signed many decades ago to basically create HBCUs, and the state was charged with funding those HBCUs, TSU specifically, as a land-grant institution. Former President Glenda Glover was probably one of the first people to come up and say that, hey, we're short. We have not been receiving what we are supposed to receive, and the state has not been, keeping up with their promise.
This information is accurate.
It is, and that's a light version. There are so many other components to this story. However, we're here right now in present time. And the students, the faculty, the administration, the Nashville community, and all over the nation, we are feeling the effects of the state not keeping their promise. And got two options: as a family, as a community, We can either sit around and wait, or we can keep moving forward. And just based off, what's the date? October 3rd. We're still here. We're still in school.
Yeah.
And every day students are getting up and fighting for their education, fighting for their rights, and improving their communities through service, through hard work, through research. There are so many talented people who come through TSU, and they deserve the opportunity to get their education so they can do more with their talents, their skill sets. So it's dope. I'm really excited about that part. The fundraising, the scholarship component of the Big Blue Energy campaign, it started a while ago. And Aaron, you can maybe touch on this a little bit more. The criteria has changed in a good way. Mm-hmm. How would a student go about getting involved with Big Blue Energy and, reaping some of the benefits that we provide?
Absolutely. So Big Blue Energy is actually a derivative of Big Leadership Energy. So I told you my background, and so I do leadership coaching for college students. And Big Leadership Energy is actually the umbrella. And so we have Big Leadership Energy campus ambassadors. Big Blue Energy is a part of that. So if you want to be a part of Big Blue Energy, which is an initiative of Big Leadership Energy, then you can become a campus ambassador. And what you receive through that is really leadership development, leadership coaching. And we're doing it this semester in an asynchronous way, which just means that, you don't have to engage with the individual one-on-one, but you're getting like digital media artifacts that help you improve on your leadership. So like imagine listening to a podcast or an audio book and following along. But the significance is in that, and the reason it's by design, because college students are busy. Man. Like, I mean, you all are having like 12 to 15 significant touch points in a day, which includes class, lunch, your social life, your study time, your group projects, your rest. You have to take care of your living spaces as well. Some of you all have jobs, right? But you also are still here to get improve. So that's why we're doing it that way. So, if you want to burn that midnight oil and you up at 2 a.m. and you want to, get some professional development, then the Big Leadership Energy Campus Ambassador material will be there for you to tap in to engage. Because it's just really all about improving students and helping them grow, Travis.
And that's really valuable. It is really valuable. And I'm beyond honored to even be in this position. I've been working on some of the asynchronous work that Aaron had mentioned, and very straight to the point, but it's so very impactful. You have to really reflect. You have to really dig deep inside to understand the type of leader that you are. And everybody is a leader in their own right. What's most important about that, though, is tapping into that leadership and figuring out what works for you. There is no such thing as a leadership style. This individual is unique to your character. You know what I'm saying? So being able to collaborate, of course, but still get to learn so much more about yourself and what you believe in, what you value, and all the things that you are trying to grow from is dope. It's super dope. And the fact that we're able to turn right back around and be able to touch the lives of our peers, because some people walk this campus every day with a smile on their face, and you would never know the type of situation that they might be dealing with when the door closed at the end of the day. So, yeah, money has been a big topic around here recently.
Yeah, definitely. It really has.
And, the 100-day plan was just released. The financial action plan was just released. And so was the Trajectory Change Initiative, the TCI. And Aaron, this is more geared towards you. I'm really curious, as a graduate student, and with your extensive history, dealing with leadership and just businesses in general, especially in the nonprofit space as well. All of that is relevant. What do you see with all these changes, and how do you think it's going to affect the university moving forward?
Hey, man, I'm glad you asked me that question. So the short of it is I'm very optimistic. I think that the changes, man, we are we're in a tough place, but we're in a place that's also very good because it's transparent, right? So everybody knows what's going on, and that's probably the biggest blessing out of all of this. Everybody's engaged. Students know what's going on. Students know the details, right? So for me, I actually think that that the fact that you are sitting here talking about the TCI plan, like, bro, you talking about we talking about frameworks here. That's what you don't realize is that you're looking at transformational leadership. That's a framework.
Absolutely.
Right? So there's a framework that's being implemented to transform this university. So with that being said, I want to trust the process, believe in the system, and believe that it's all going to be good. And the significance of it all is that we have the opportunity to fellowship, and yet the system is shifting, Travis. But at the end of the day, the people, man, we got to take care of each other. Okay, so enough about that. I'm kind of like unorthodox right now. Because, we talked a lot about student leadership and student voices. And so I really think it's time for me to punch out, even of this scenario right now, man. I appreciate you all having me, but I really just wanted to, even on this first episode, man, go ahead and like bless you all to really like pick up this mantle of Big Blue energy and really run with it, because that's what it's for. I'm not going far. I'm right here on your side, advising, coaching, and mentoring. Advising, coaching, and mentoring, right? But but no, I'm looking them down the aisle right now. I'm like, oh, they got it.
It's a whole lot of it.
They got it. You feel me?
You learn from the best.
You feel me? Y'all got it, man. So I'm actually about to slide off this set right now, and I just want to say, hey, man, do it big. B-I-G, that's the only way to do it. Yeah. Everything we do with B-I-G, and we do it in excellence. Man. Cool. So, hey, y'all have fun with the rest of this podcast, man. I'm looking forward to tapping in for this entire season.
Yeah, and I'm sure everybody else is. Yeah. Thank you, Aaron, for joining us today. We appreciate you.
Easy breezy. All right, do y'all have to? Can y'all like do a cut edit so I can like creep out?
Man.
Cut it.
Okay. All right. Man, Aaron had really, really good feedback.
Man, I mean,
really good
feedback
today.
I should have took some notes.
Yeah, man. What?
We need a notepad next time.
But I'm really curious, man. As undergraduate students, we are still affected by all these different changes. Mm-hmm. And Dwight, this question I'm gonna ask you: how much of that work is on us to make sure that we are still leaning on each other, supporting each other through these times? And you can even touch on just the organizations that we already have here on campus. We have communities within our communities. Mm-hmm. How would they be able to work together to make sure that we as a student body are still moving forward through this challenge, through this tough process?
Great question. I think that the time is now. The best time starts today, and man, there's never been a greater time than it is today. With all these circumstances that's supposed to be quote unquote holding us back.
Yeah.
One thing about my boy, I'm gonna tell y'all about my boy. Let me tell you about my brother. Let me tell you about my brother, Lil Josh. CEO Lil Josh, man, he make fun out of anything, bro. I'm talking about, he used to tell me all the stories that he had in ISS. Like, they put you in a cage away from the other students, and he made fun out of it. So I translated that to today, man. So I want to just relate it to what we got going on right now at our school, at our university, with so many things being taken away from us as students, our homecoming budgets, our SGA budgets, our scholarship budgets, man. We
It's a lot.
It's so many different opportunities. We can make fun out of nothing, man. So it takes us coming together, realizing that all we need is people.
Yeah.
All we need is the community that we have to make fun, and it's gonna be big. All we gotta do is show up for one another. So that's how I feel about it. It's not a better time than it is today.
Man, I couldn't have said it better myself, and it's not even so much about, where you from, the colors that you wear, who you are a part of. Like you said, it's about just coming together during these times, having fun, just being here.
Absolutely.
You got to be happy just to be here, because we don't have to be, you know what I'm saying? But we got to be blessed with what we're given and, take the most or take advantage of the situations and the opportunities that are handed to us. We don't often pick the cards that we have in our hand, but we still got to play them. And so it's of utmost importance at this time for students just to come together. Mm-hmm. And shout out to Terry over there, New D coming through for the Gospel Explosion.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Man, I mean, I'm telling y'all, I still get goosebumps just thinking about it, because I think about how far we've come. I joined New D about fall of 2022, you know, and when I auditioned, I was scared. Y'all,
Yeah.
I told you I walked in that room, was probably like 50 some students in there auditioning, you know, and I was scared, you know. I'm real like independent, you know. I don't really show it, but I'm real independent, you know, and it really got me out of my comfort zone, you know, meeting new people, talking to new people, you know. It was a big culture shock for me coming to an HBCU, you know, and just being around a whole bunch of black folk. You know? And, you know, I really had to adjust, and New D was that first stepping stone. That's what really broke me out of my shell and really kind of helped me mold who I am today, you know, and I'm forever grateful for that organization. I mean, that's
Shout out to New D.
yeah, shout out to New D.
A very
I
talented
mean,
group.
you know, we coming in hot, you know, and we've grown so much. And I think that is such a great thing to see nowadays, especially in the world that we live in. You know, all it takes is one organization. All it takes is one person, honestly, you know, to make that change. And I'm a witness that it works, you know. And I think also to kind of piggyback on what you were talking about earlier, I feel like, you know, when it comes to coming together, you know, as a unit, I think you also have to be willing as well.
Got to.
I feel like a lot of people are sometimes scared to step out of their comfort zones and to step out of their rooms. I think people get so wrapped up in their room, and that's like their safe haven. But you have to know you have to get out of your room in order to meet all these people, in order to collaborate, in order to do all these things that you want to do. You know, and I learned that, you know, my first couple of weeks, you know, it was me and Gabby, me and my sister, you know, we just stuck together for the first 2 weeks, and it took us just joining that one organization that really made the difference and stepping out and talking to people, you know. So honestly, for those of you out there, you know, if you're ever scared to do anything, do it scared.
Do it
I'm
scared.
telling you, do it scared, honestly, and I'm a witness to it. You will see, you're just gonna blow your mind, I promise. So yeah, take my advice. Like, I'm for real, y'all, honestly.
Yeah, what I like to tell people is, man, when you cry, don't cry to quit. Cry to keep going.
Yeah.
So it's just to relate with what you said, man. Do it scared. If you got to do it crying, do it crying, knowing that you know you're gonna succeed at it someday. So yeah, man, appreciate you.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. You gotta do it scared. You gotta do it nervous.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do it while you tired.
But at the end of the day, it gotta get done.
It's
gotta
get
get
It
done.
gotta be done.
It's gotta get
The
done.
day got it in, in the words of Glorilla.
Absolutely. Absolutely,
Yeah.
man. That's dope. That's dope. I'm really glad that you found your tribe, though.
Yeah.
I'm like really happy for you because that's something that we see every day on this campus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, students just aren't willing
Mm-hmm.
to get out.
Yeah.
It's not that they can't; they just will not.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I don't think people really realize how detrimental that could be to your growth.
Absolutely.
You know, because it's comfortable to you. You got talked about that. There's no
That's it.
comfort in
That's
growth.
it. That's it.
You got to be uncomfortable, and you know you got to be adaptable. You got to be willing to change.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, it's good. It's good. We're excited for you. We're cheering for you.
Appreciate
Myself and the rest of the Tiger family.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
It's gonna be good.
Excited for you. We're gonna be there front and center. I know I
I
will.
want to see y'all. I
Praising
remember
the Lord.
faces. I remember names. I better see y'all there.
Crying my ugly tears.
Right?
Man. But Travis, I got a question for you, man.
Yes, sir.
And I've been debating whether or not I want to ask you this question. As an
Fire.
upcoming student leader, man, what objectives and initiatives do you plan on taking on in the rest of your tenure at Tennessee State University?
Man,
Because I see it, bro. You got a big light on you. You got a
Yeah.
big leadership energy on you, man. And bro, it literally took us this podcast for me to
Yeah.
realize, because I knew you, but then I didn't know you. But man, I'm seeing it even through these glasses. Your future so bright, it's blocking my shades, man. I gotta come out. Hey, future so bright, I had to put the shades on, bro. So, bro, just let us know, man. What's the plan?
man, first of all, thank you, Dwight. That's big ups to you, big respect. You know, I see the same thing for you. You've been doing it. Matter of fact, when I came to this campus, you know, there was a handful of role models that I was looking up to. And I remember your campaigns. I remember when you were walking and, you know, just that genuineness that you had showed me. Didn't even know each other. And I knew who you were, shook me up, treated me the same, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to give back. The authenticity, that love, the caring for your community. I possess a servant's heart. It was a God-given gift. And, being able to showcase that in a capacity such as service, such as leadership, is something so dope. I've been blessed with so many different opportunities, just working my way up really from the bottom. Began my leadership with Mr. Honors. That was my official gateway into it all. And I was able to serve the Honors College during the 2023-2024 academic year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Man, what a time that was. And the work that I put in during that year led me to presidency of the Honors College right now.
Hey, man, congrats.
Yeah.
Thank
Congrats.
you. Thank you, man. It's been a blessing, Just like Terry, I found my tribe. I found my people, the ones that were willing to pour back into myself. And now being in a leadership position, I'm learning so much. I'm a student first, so just being able to take in everybody else on the council, their leadership styles and what they bring just to any team that they're on, being able to merge my skill sets and my styles and man, it's just dope. It's so dope, and I couldn't tell you what's next. I could barely tell you what I'm doing tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's good though. Every day I wake up, I know I have a million things that I need to get done, but I do it with a smile. I remind myself to ask God to keep my mind sharp, my heart clear, and my soul light for a reason. Those are three things I ask for daily because that's the only way to get through it. Earlier, Terry had mentioned prayer and the power of words, man. It's so real. And so it doesn't matter what your goals are. It doesn't matter what you're trying to become. Make sure that you can see the vision first and make sure that you have your listening ear open. Because the signs are there. Everybody has a calling. Everybody, you two, Aaron, Gabby, Morgan, everybody is being called on right now.
Yeah.
And, you asking me about what I'm going to do specifically, I'm more looking at like, what are we going to do?
Mm-hmm.
It's a us thing. It's always going to be a us thing until I graduate and even beyond that. It's always going to be Big Blue Energy. It's always going to be Tiger Family. That's what we do this for. That's why this podcast exists. That's why the scholarships exist. It's about us. Collaboration. That's been a reoccurring theme. And something tells me that's something that's just going to keep coming up more and more and more. But the beauty of that is the more we showcase that, the more other people will be able to pick up on it. And every day I walk this campus, and there are so many students who are collaborating, who are working together to achieve a common goal, a great goal. I just want to be a part of that. I don't want to have to stand out. I don't want to be any individual. I want to be a part of the collective. I want to be a part of the wave that pushes everything forward.
There it is.
Yeah. Dwight, I don't know what you just put onto my spirit, man. But I'm looking at both of y'all, and y'all shining, man. Nah, man.
Man, it's that bling. No,
I know that's right. But nah, man, we've had a blast today. We had a special guest, Aaron McGee. Once again, shout out to Aaron. We appreciate him coming through.
McGee. Becoming the Dr. Aaron McGee.
Hey, man, he almost there, too.
You got my support.
He already there.
He already there.
He already there. It's already done. It's already done.
Throw it to him already.
But yeah,
He'll
man.
catch it.
Nah, man. Terry, Dwight, man, it was a pleasure spending time with y'all today. It was a great conversation.
Awesome.
I know I needed this. Definitely needed this. And I'm hoping that our peers need it too. I believe in divine timing. I feel like everything is happening with purpose and exactly when it should. So, man, once again, thank you all for coming. To the audience, thank you all for tuning in to the Big Blue Energy Podcast.
Thank you.
And we'll talk to y'all real soon. Get geeked.
It's homecoming week.
Here we go.
We going to class.
You better go to class.
We're going to class. They taking scholarships.
No, I'm
you
playing.
at the wrong school.
I'm a nursing major.
Engineering, we got a test on Monday.
Right.
Man, what?
I can't do nothing for the ball drop.
I got about 2-3 exams, dog.